Hey, we're going to play the intro because we want to. Hey, everybody.
NHL Nightly with your host, the sportsman, a.k.a. Pierre Lebowski, a.k.a. Jeremiah Maxwell. And with him, as always, maybe Pearlo, Wisdom, and Rico in Barry.
And also the Degenerate Bostonian. How's it going? Rico, what's up? Look at that background. Rico, at the rink, bringing it.
Yeah, just a little fake one. I'm sitting in the living room watching a World Series with a bunch of hockey right now. So
yeah, let's go Dodgers. I'm repping the Dodgers. It's in this. Let's end it. How about Freddie Freeman home run 6 straight games? That's nuts. Canadian?
Yep, Canadian. That's a record too. He passed current Blue Jay George Springer on 5 consecutive World Series games with a home run. He's made it 6 tonight, so pretty incredible record for him.
What team was George Springer playing for when he knew what every pitch was coming? Fuck that douchebag. Hey, Sad, what's going on? Nice to have you. Thank you for everybody joining NHL Nightly. Okay. I've only really been paying attention to one game tonight. Cavs Rangers, which is still going on. I hate the 7:30 start time because then we don't have the game over by 10. But Caps have been playing the whole game without Jacob Chitrin. They still don't have Wah. I thought the refs have been off in the second period. The interference called on Ovechkin was absolute garbage. Just don't understand it. We'll see what happens. Logan Thompson's looked a little shaky in this game, honestly. This is probably the worst he's looked. But Chitrin gets hurt. I didn't see what happened. I missed the play. So, but it's been a good game, man. Back and forth, 4-3. And I got to say, my wife was home the whole day. We got 8 inches of snow. So, they canceled school and it started coming last night. And I was out at 6 this morning, right after morning cup of hockey and getting it. Cause now it's super warm. It's like 37 degrees. So all the snow that's left is like a brick. So if you didn't move it, you're going to have a real tough time moving it. So I'm really glad I got out and got it cleared. Appreciate everybody joining us, man. Rico, you've been killing it with the goal scoring props. Did you hit another one tonight? I think you did.
Yeah, I hit Zuccarello tonight. Yep. I didn't think St. Louis would be getting pounded in Ottawa, but I should have known better. They were in Montreal Saturday night. Then you go to Ottawa and you're like, maybe they had a little bit too much fun in Montreal Saturday night because they didn't show up in Ottawa tonight. So,
well, I'll tell you who didn't have fun in Montreal. Well, they did in the game. The Seattle Kraken put up a snowman against the Canadians too. We had 2 snowmen tonight. 2 8-point. I heard Valaket stay today. Did you listen to Kipper and Bourne? Did you hear the stat he said? He said like 70% of shots or whatever are being saved right now. Like, it's like this is the worst goalie save percentage since 93-94. Oh, Ovi almost got the hat trick bid. Let's go Ovi hat trick bid there. A little slice of. I'm hearing my wife. She's a little bit delayed. So, but 2 minutes left to go in that game. Caps up 4-3. Boy, I've really been impressed with the Caps. The Caps haven't had this start since 2014, 2015. I have another stat for you guys that I was blown away by. The Philadelphia Flyers go into Boston and they win 2-0. It's the first win in Boston for the Flyers since October 6th, which is my anniversary. Funny that today is the Divorce Cup. In 2011, they had not won in Boston since 2011. You got to be kidding me. Empty net for the Rangers. So less than a minute here going empty net. So we'll see what happens here. Yes, my wife is giving us the updates, but she doesn't realize I do have the game on in here. So get it out, Wilson. Get it out. Okay. So next game, there's only one evening game, Kings and Sharks, by the way. Kind of interesting. No West Coast games. Also, just to recap the other games, I really, like I said, guys, I try to watch 3 or 4 games. Yesterday, I did a bang-up job. I wanted to go over some of those games because we have huge news to talk about those games from yesterday. Ducks beat the Islanders. 41 shots on goal by the Islanders, man. So I like this, though. I like Trocheck against Dubois. This is a good matchup for the Caps. And Dubois wins the face-off. And they try to score. No biggie. Connor McDavid gets hurt in the game Monday. So we don't do a show Monday. It was a sports equinox. Oh, you froze on us, buddy. You froze, and I'm going to take you out of this. Oh, you're back. You had a real creepy look on your face, so I was just not going to let it stay there. Panthers beat the Sabres. I actually watched that game. It was pretty close. Blue Jackets murder the Oilers, and I know McDavid went down in 37 seconds into the game. He gets it looked like he stepped on the stick, and I heard Terry Ryan and Jason Gregor today because I tried to listen to a lot of Oilers content, so I knew what was happening. Cats scored the empty net, so that's going to ice the game. I think 5-3. Did the goalie score, or was that Nick Dowd? I think Nick Dowd's going to be. Okay. Yes. Nice. Couldn't happen to a better guy. Let's go. I love it. And the Caps played this whole game with 5D, and for a minute there, Rasmus Sandin, former Leaf, he blocked the shot, so he was outside 4D. So, are they gonna review this? No. What a nice little. No, we can't review it. There's nothing to review. The total empty net. So that was interesting. I thought the Preds Lightning game was going to be an absolute blowout. It should have been 3-0. I thought the offsides review. I thought there was no way he was offsides. Of course, they review he's onside. They say he's offsides. Maple Leafs give the Jets their first loss. What did you think of that, Rico?
Yeah, no, I thought the Leafs. I messaged you right before that game too. I'm like, they switched over to power play unit. They took Nylander and Tavares off the PP1 there, and they put Pacioretty up there, and they just tried mixing things around. So I'm like, you know what, this might be the spot where Toronto could catch Winnipeg here. So I just had a good feeling about the Leafs going in that game, just trying to get out on the road and trying to switch things up and maybe getting a win. So no, it looked good, man. Pacioretty was in on all those goals. Tavares, and they put him with a couple different wingers as well, too.
Tavares, right?
Yeah, and they put Tavares with a couple different wingers. They took him up from the third line. They put him on the second line, gave him a couple wingers, and you know what? It worked out. So I had a feeling that that Toronto would have won that game. I mean, they still let in some goals from Winnipeg. It wasn't as convincing as the score said it was, but
you were up 4-0. You're up 4-0. That's a game if the Leafs would lose, if the team comes back and scores, and they held on. I think you got to be happy. Yeah. Sad. I believe Colton got a lower body injury in the game. So we were just about to talk about that game. Blackhawks PP. Look, I'm telling you right now. And, Mike, I got to hear from you because you're in Boston. The Boston Bruins, the Colorado Avalanche, and the Edmonton Oilers have me thinking these teams do not look good. Colorado, go ahead.
I had a lot of hope when we brought in Lindholm. Especially, I thought that would really bring us up the middle. And I'm like, all right, we finally are going to have two actual forward lines, and we always scrub together a fourth line because that's just how we pick draft players. So I'm like, we're gonna have a good offensive year. And I mean, God, we couldn't score on Philly, and I am knocking Philly. They're not that good, but we clearly suck. you lost a game giving up 18 shots, and it's concerning. Like, there's nothing.
No Kevin Fiala for the Kings tonight, by the way. That's breaking news. Sorry.
Oh, you're good. No, it's like I don't know where our offense is going to come from. Like, I thought, Postamarsha and Lindholm, I thought those are three guys that could put the puck in the net. And I actually was a believer in Patras for offensive reasons, and he's not really proven that to me yet. So, yeah, we're concerned here in Boston. There's, I thought they were a wild card team. And I don't think that right now. I mean, maybe they're in there, but I don't think they'll be there at the end of the season.
You don't think Boston will be a wild card team?
Just how their offense is going. No, like, I mean, how many games can you win 2-1?
Your internet cut out as soon as you said that.
Oh.
Somebody in Boston heard you talking that shit and cut your internet. There's no way, Mike. They're going to be Mike.
I hope I'm wrong. I do. But
here's what I'll say, Mike. The Bruins added as much new players as did the Nashville Predators. Let's give them the first month of let's see where they at our American Thanksgiving. If they're out of a playoff spot in American Thanksgiving, I'll agree with you. There's more trouble, but I would tell Boston fans not to panic, just like the Predators fans. They got back into that game and got a point with the Lightning. I'm glad Rico's Maple Leafs held on because that's a really nice signature win for the Leafs to beat an undefeated team, a team that's played well. They're obviously in a different conference. Again, we talked about Blackhawks beating the Avalanche. Sharks come back to beat Utah. This is where Utah, you could just see they're decimated without those injuries to the back end there. And then I think a lot of people owe the Hurricanes an apology. They're good. Rico will be in and out with us tonight, guys. So if he has to pop, don't worry. He'll be back. I know you guys love his goal scoring club. And then the Golden Knights, to me, I mean, they might be the class of the West right now. They put up 5 against the Flames, and the Flames are a decent team this year. So, and they just dominated them at home. So, yeah, last game's underway for the evening. I think I have the banner going. If there's a score that looks wrong and you see it, let me know. I know we've got a bunch of people checking us out on X, which I appreciate. I appreciate that. So the Flyers, did you watch the Flyers Boston game at all, Mike, tonight?
I listened to it on the radio. I was driving home from work, but it didn't seem exciting. Okay. I know, like, watching highlights, picking up on that. I'm like, and that's where I'm concerned about the Bruins. You do have a good point. They did bring in the same amount of guys as Nashville, and Nashville's going to take a couple of months to weld, but I think we are hitting the panic button a little bit. I'm looking at ticket prices. They're going down a little bit for, same day tickets. So I think I'm actually, I hate saying it. I'm excited. I like when my team loses a little bit because I can go to more games. It's just the way it is. But
all right. Who's the Boston College jersey behind you?
I may have met Dean Letourneau.
Is that the picture with you on? Is that him with you on Twitter?
I was leaving. I was walking out of the arena, and all of a sudden he grabs my shoulder. I'm like, "Who the hell grabbed me?" I almost punched him, and then all of a sudden I see him. I'm like, what?
Because you were wearing his jersey.
Yeah, he ran up and caught up to me, and I'm like, "How did I miss you?" But he was a healthy scratch.
Do you know him? Do you know him?
I do now. He was a healthy scratch with the shoulder injury, but.
Sad. I don't know what you mean by DeBar, but
DeBrusque.
Sad says DeBrusque is doing nothing for Vancouver. Yeah, let's give DeBrusque a little bit of time too. I am a little bit concerned about the Canucks this year too, though. They just don't have the jump that they had last year. Okay.
I would say give DeBrusque until like New Year's because he was a slow jumper every year in Boston. And every year he would be like, I want to get out of here. I want to get traded. And then playoffs will come around. The guy starts killing it. And all of a sudden he's like, oh, I love this city. So give him another couple of months. And he will be the player you're very happy with.
Yeah, I've always thought DeBrusque was a streaky player anyway. Sad, so man, I really love the Canucks. So, and they're not bad. Sad, they're 4-1-3, so they're not terrible. They've had a little issues with the goaltending, Thatcher Demko, but they're getting goals from Besser. Dude, how about Nico Hischier having 9 goals this year? Like that guy's, and I had him as my Selkie. Maybe he gets a run there. So, my bad. Okay, that's tomorrow. Tomorrow we got a nice little slate, 6 games, TNT games, I think. Just one TNT game, huh? Okay. The TNT True TV Max game of the night is Kings at Golden Knights. By the way, Kings are 5-2-2. Yeah, no Demko. But you know what, though? I think Lankinen's got 4 wins for you, man. It's Kevin Lankinen coming in and doing good, so you can't.
I think they actually got a chance tomorrow against New Jersey with Lankinen and that. I think they got a good shot.
Yeah, they could. Yeah,
I think they have the better goalie there.
The Devils have had a little bit of a tough time get the lights on there a little bit. It's a little dark in here. The Devils have had a tough time keeping the puck out of their own net. I think they have a little bit of a problem too. They just got Pesce and they just got Luke Hughes. I think and they've played the most games of anybody in the NHL right now. So they're going to be, anyway, let's talk about the big news. Connor McDavid is out. I think he's going to miss some time. It seemed to me like he knew exactly what happened to him, and he had that knee problem, remember?
I do. Do we?
So go ahead, Mike.
I was saying, are we thinking like long-term IR or
No. I think a month. I think he's going to miss a month. Here's the problem, and I want to gauge you on this. You're not an Oilers guy, and you probably don't get to watch him play as much living on the East Coast. But because of the poor start they've had, now they don't have McDavid, and they are like 32nd in goals scored. Their power play is not good anymore. It's sad. Seattle they put up the snowman against Montreal. I talked about that earlier, and you can see the score in the ticker. I try to keep that up to date for you guys. Right now, Edmonton is in 7th in the wild card. There is 3 teams below them in the Western Conference: Nashville, Chicago, and San Jose. Nashville is 3-5-1 to Edmonton's 4-5-1. If you're looking for positives in Nashville, they have played as bad as you could play, and they're a -8. The Oilers have the second worst goal differential in the NHL at -13, third worst at -13. Pittsburgh has the worst. The Sharks have the worst at -20, and Pittsburgh is -15. Pittsburgh was up 2-0 tonight against Marc-Andre Fleury in Marc-Andre Fleury's last game, and they lost 5-3. I actually feel gutted for Penguins fans. I do want to say this too. Pretty class act from Crosby and Letang. Stayed out on the ice to kind of give Flower his flowers, since it was his last game, and it was Marc-Andre Fleury who played for Minnesota tonight. Last game in Pittsburgh, so that's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
So, yeah. And Mike's just fresh off his. So, Mike, why don't you update us? What games did you get to see this weekend in college hockey? We're going to talk about it on the College Hockey Show on Friday, but we have such a short show then. Tell us a little bit about the games you got to see and any prospects.
So, first one was Maine Northeastern, the Friday night game. I want to brag. Burlington High School got another kid in Hockey East. All right, it's our 5th one. The last guy was this weird dude named Jay Pandolfo, so the whole town's talking about him. Just saying, one town, 10,000 people, 13 NHLers.
Pandolfo?
Yeah, just,
for those of you who don't know, Jay Pandolfo is a 2-time Stanley Cup champion with the Devils?
Or 2 or 3 with the Devils. He got 1 with the Bruins as a coach.
But he also coaches BU.
Boston University's there now.
Yes, the Ducks beat the Islanders. Yep. So,
But one hitting the panic button on Nadeau because he can't score. He looks awesome on the ice.
Did
But
he?
he can't.
Was he on the 2011 Bruins?
As a healthy scratch, or they picked him up. I think so. I know he coached it, or maybe he was there. He was somewhere near the cup time.
Mike,
He may have got his coach.
Chopping out on you a little bit there, man.
All right, am
yeah,
I good?
Your internet's having a little bit.
All right, hold on.
Hey, I appreciate that, Andrew. Thank you, man. I always appreciate you coming in, man. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that, dude. We're trying to grow. I'd like to get more people. There's only one game on, Andrew. It's LA versus San Jose. Yeah. Oh, our internet's chopping. Oh, it might be our internet, buddy. Mike,
Right.
It might be us. It's not telling me it's us, but no, babe. I mean, ours is working. I don't know. It tells it. I don't know. You're good now. You're fine. Okay.
Okay.
So I looking at Pandolfo. He was definitely on the 2000 Devils that won the cup. He wasn't on the 95. He was still at Boston University wearing C. Okay. But he did not win a national championship with them, huh?
I don't think he did. I think his brother did, though.
Okay. Burlington High. 3 years. Dude, pretty good, man. Like 20 games played, 35 goals, 34 assists. Yeah, thank you, Andrew. I appreciate you keeping us up to date. Andrew's letting us know it's 6-4 Yankees. Yeah, I'm watching. I'm kind of keeping a track. Dodgers are 1 2-run home run away from tying it and ending this World Series. But I won't worry about it till we get close. Then I say we, the Dodgers. Yeah, so in 2010, 2011, he became a scout for the Devils. And then he became a development coach for the Bruins in 2014, 2015. And he stayed with the Bruins all the way to 2021 as an assistant coach.
Yeah, I thought he coached one.
Yeah, so he was an assistant coach for 5 years. So he started his career with the Bruins. Well, first he started as a scout for the Devils. Then the Bruins brought him in as a developmental coach. And then he became the director of player development. And then he became an assistant coach for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seasons. And then he took the associate head coach job at Boston University. And then he took the assistant coach job at Boston Junior Eagles, which I'm sure he did kind of both hand in hand. And then he became the head coach that year in 2022, 2023 of the BU Terriers. Avi, what's up?
Avi, were you sitting near the Crusaders, Quebec Crusaders?
Did you run into Avi? Did you?
I went hunting looking for him, and then there was a Northeastern commit, I think, sitting in his section. I ended up getting an interview with him.
Yeah, you sent me a bunch of that stuff. We'll try to get some of that on the hockey show.
Avi,
buddy, another big one for the Caps.
Avi, what did you think of Nadeau?
The Habs are hurting defensively too, yeah. But they always play Montreal tough. Is that the Capitals' next game? No, I don't need this. Anyway, I'm going to close Elite Prospects anyhow because, we'll get into some of the Hockey East stuff. We still got you, Mike?
Yeah, I'm here.
Still there?
Yep.
Yeah, I guess we're having some connection.
All right.
Apologies. Yeah, it could be my internet too, man.
I mean, you're getting walloped with snow right now. It's understandable.
Yeah. Oh, no. Our internet's struggling. I think my internet went down now. Yeah. Hold on.
Looks like...
Oh, no, my wife says we're good.
Yeah, I think you're good now. Okay. Yeah, you're coming back in good.
Okay.
So getting on the NHL talk, I actually think going back to Edmonton, I think their power play is actually going to get better because it's been so dismal and everyone seems to have figured it out. Now that you don't have McDavid, whatever they're going to build I actually think it's going to be better. But I mean, also it can't get worse. So there's that too.
Yeah, no. Rico's here. Rico's here. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Hey, who's leading the NHL in points right now? Without looking it up. Who's leading the NHL in points right now?
Sean Monahan. Am I wrong? Is it Sean Monahan?
I honestly had to look it up, man. Mark Stone, 18 points.
Avi got it. Yeah.
Well, he's. Hey, you know what? Mark Stone is tied with Kirill Kaprizov with 18 points because Kaprizov has 18. How about Kaprizov in the year he's having?
Well, that's why you're the host of the show, Beard. You're up to date. I'm looking at like yesterday's stats.
Yeah. Well, I got it right here. So I keep things so I can reference shit quick because you gotta watch out with Pearlo. He'll be trying to pull the bullshit meter on you. Hey, point guard, thanks for joining us. By the way, appreciate you. Appreciate everybody. We got a lot of people in. I think we get most of our people from X, but we have a bunch of people in the YouTube tonight, so I really appreciate it. Avi, good to see you. Too bad you and Mike didn't link up at that was the Northeastern game. Which, dude, that was the only game they played this weekend, right? Did they win that game?
No, Maine swept, by the way. If you've stuck with me, that's 2.5 units up on them. And you may have also hit the parlay with BC on Saturday. But, nothing like a 6.5 unit weekend.
Nice. Yes, nice. Yeah,
dude, that's cool. You guys got the college hockey covered. I love it, man. 2 p.m. What do you guys do the show on Fridays at 2?
Yeah.
Yep. Fridays at 2. Yeah, Rico, if you can bet college hockey while you're up there, because there's a bunch of games Mike can't bet, be looking for his stuff. He's been tweeting it out, but I might try to do a video for. The problem is we have a show Friday too. It's going to be a lot easier once we don't have a show Friday and football season's over, and we'll still have the college hockey show on Friday. Yeah, Riley Leonard.
Oh my God, oh my God, the Saturday the game against Western Michigan, that was absolutely nuts. But Avi, we were at the shootout game.
Yeah, just go ahead, Mike.
BU guys, yeah. So BU split, which I'm not surprised, but I am surprised with how bad. I think it was it 7-3 the first game. It was bad, but North Dakota is pretty good. Their coach actually was much better than what I thought. All right, so you and I were there the same night. I thought. I think what else went on that day? I know BC came out flat.
Avi just said BU got smacked Friday night.
But then they came roaring back, which I'm not surprised with Jay.
Which is a good one. North Dakota is one of those premier schools, Rico. They're like the London Knights.
Yeah, that's like Jonathan Tays. All those guys played there in North Dakota, right?
Tays, Belfour, Oshie. Yep. Oh, we're missing a bunch here. Like half of them went to the Dallas Stars. It was weird. Man.
Yeah, man. Well, I grew up near Thunder Bay, so there were Thunder Bay Flyers, and those guys
started his career with the Dallas Stars. He just had some of his better years there. How about the rookie goal scoring leader or the rookie points leaders are?
What was that?
Right? Can you guys hear me?
I got you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know. I grew up watching Thunder Bay Flyers, and those guys would go down to like Princeton and play. They'd play like UMD, so I'd be following kind of those players that went down there. But growing up in Canada, I never followed college hockey too much, like as far as the Boston teams. And North Dakota is more Winnipeg guys like Jonathan Tays and stuff. But growing up in Thunder Bay, those guys that play for UMD, Minnesota Duluth, and or they travel a little further. They play for like Princeton Tigers and stuff. But yeah, I'm not much on college, so any bets you could throw our way, Mike? Dude, you're killing it that way.
Yeah, so anyone who's trying to bet college, all bets 365 is right now, or DraftKings. Those two are the ones to go with. Avi, I'm in section. I'm the section left of the band for the Michigan BU game. I'm last row. Yeah, they'll move around because it's Ticketmaster selling it out. It's not actually sold out. So look for a guy in a Brady jersey, and hopefully we dodge Chris. Saturday.
Avi's asking if you're going Friday or Saturday.
Saturday. Friday, I'm in Providence Friday.
Just give me a second.
All right. Rico, what do you for tomorrow? If it Lightning and Avalanche, Vasilevsky and Noon, do you take Tampa on the road?
Okay, give me 15 seconds here.
Yeah.
Hey guys, you're cutting out for me, but you're not cutting out for the live broadcast. I'm gonna just restart my computer, so I'm just gonna ask you guys to carry the show and talk with the chat for a few minutes because you're doing great. Let me just restart my computer.
Sounds good, Beard.
So I'll be back.
All right. Andrew, you're going with Avs, yeah. Even with I can't pronounce his name, Anunen, even with him starting, you're going with the Avs still? It looks like he's been on fire this year. Maybe that's why. All right, you know what, Andrew, I take that back. I get why you're going with them.
Going with who? Yeah, it might be a Tampa spot there. I know because Colorado goes to Nashville Saturday. It's a little tricky spot. Division game coming up for Colorado. Could be a look-ahead game. Could be a Tampa game. I think that's maybe their first game on the road trip they're on. Yeah, so Tampa's going to Colorado, then they go to Minnesota, Winnipeg, St. Louis. Yeah, man, I don't know how these first games on these road trips go for the boys. I know they won an OT against the Preds at home, so that's a big emotional win. I know it's non-conference game, but boys will be happy on the flight flying all the way to Denver. Then you got to go to Minnesota and Winnipeg after. So,
like, I'm with you on the Lightning, but I looking at Anunim's stats, he's having a monster year. Like, part of me thinks he takes over Georgiev at some point, but Devils, Canucks in the late game. Yeah, I'm actually probably taking the Canucks. It's probably going to be a game I throw money on tomorrow night. I like liking in there.
Yeah, and plus Vancouver's been at home coming off a loss.
Jersey's traveling. I mean, they got 3 days in between games, but it's still going cross country.
Yeah, they just pounded the Ducks at home 6-2. Then they're flying across the country, feeling good, playing against Vancouver Wednesday. And they got Calgary and Edmonton after that. It's tricky, man. Canucks are coming off a loss. They're talking to have them going.
I'm struggling with the Canucks being basically 500 this year. I know what 3 overtime losses, 1 regular loss, like 4 wins. I'm looking at that as 500. I'm struggling with that. I thought they'd be a little better. I know we kind of talked about it earlier. I think DeBrusk will be better in a couple of months. He needs to just get acclimated. He's streaky.
Well, they put him on the They tried playing him on the top line, but just he hasn't been going yet. Joshua being hurt isn't helping either.
No, see, Andrew's going McDavid. So, Andrew, I actually think the Oilers' power play gets better without McDavid. I know that sounds stupid, but their power play has sucked so much that it can't go anywhere but up, and now they're forced to do something new. And that's why I'm like, they're going to get better. This is actually going to sort of help them, him getting hurt on the power play. As a team, yeah, McJesus, I think, is Edmonton, and I don't like their chances without him. And I guess props to Pearlo taking plus 800 on them not to make the playoffs. It's looking pretty good.
I was going to tell him that if he was on tonight, like, boy, oh boy, man, if McDavid misses any time, and I know they climbed out of the hole last year, this is not the same team, boys. They made a mistake not keeping Broberg. They made a mistake not keeping Holloway. Holloway had the only goal for the guys tonight. So I apologize if we lost. Yeah, I don't know, Avi. I don't know if he's fine. They brought two guys up. They brought Drake Caggiula and Phil up. And I do not think this is a good sign, man. They brought two forwards up. That to me is he's going to miss some time, and he'll give him some LTIR flexibility. Obviously, I think he's the highest paid player in the NHL right now, right? So, yeah, that Sharks comeback win was pretty crazy. I mean, this is what happens though with the Utah. They lost some guys, man. You can't really give them too much of a hard time. They just don't have any back end. It's like Montreal. I think they have Rico. You think Montreal has the offensive talent to be a playoff team, right?
I mean, with Liney gone, probably not. I mean, Montembeault, look what happened to him tonight. And all of a sudden, people were talking about him leading the Four Nations Cup as the number one goalie for Canada 2 weeks ago. It's like, Montreal, don't speed it up, man. They got injuries going on, and they just need to stay in their lane. There's no way Montreal's making the playoffs this year.
Yeah, they just don't have the back end. I mean, for Habs fans, I feel for you. You don't have the back end. You know, that's what you're missing. You know, you're just missing. You need that defensive depth. Your youth will come. Dude, I do not think they're far away though. Which, you know, is bad news because they got a lot of talent, man. I think Caulfield has a real shot at 50 goals this year. He's at 9.
It's that Montreal, Buffalo, Ottawa, Detroit, just battle royal, man. Throw them all in the ring for the next 3-4 years and see which one comes out of the rebuild quicker.
See, I don't think Montreal's ever really going to get out of a full rebuild stage because they require a coach to speak French and English, and I think that limits who you can pick. And I hate the way they develop goalies because they ruined Primo, and I don't think they need to draft the next Price, and it's hard finding that goalie. So I don't like Montreal being able to rebuild because I just don't like the way they develop players.
Yeah, Andrew, Utah's losing though. They lost Sean Dursey for the year, and they lost. Who else did they lose? They lost another defenseman. A big time here. I can tell you exactly who it is. Tomorrow, by the way, we were going to preview tomorrow's games. You guys want to just get right into that?
Fowler?
You guys good to do tomorrow's games?
Oh, that breaks my heart. I liked Fowler. I didn't realize he was a Habs pick. Avi, look what they did with Primo from Northeastern a few years ago. They're going to ruin another good goalie. Damn it, Montreal. And Avi, you're right. He is totally coming up after the season.
Ottawa is missing Marino, Dursey, and Lipkin. So Marino and Dursey are huge losses for them. You guys hear me?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So tomorrow's games. Let's go ahead and preview tomorrow's games, and then we will do a little final thoughts and call, or we won't do final thoughts because we do final thoughts on Thursday. I got first game Islanders at Blue Jackets. Blue Jackets are plus 136. I don't know why people are sleeping on this. I like the Blue Jackets, man. They're beating good hockey teams. Rico, what do you think here?
Yeah, I think after the Islanders' performance tonight, I think they're just going to go into Columbus and ruin them. I'm not betting on Columbus tomorrow night. I know they've been a great story. They've been playing hard at home. Tough place to play in Columbus. But I just think after the Islanders putting up a whack load of shots tonight, not getting a win, this is a must win for the Islanders, especially playing in Columbus. And I think they go to, but I think they're on the road again in Buffalo, I think, after this. Yeah, they go to Buffalo, then the Rangers. This is the first of a 3-game kind of swing to Buffalo and the Rangers after this. So they better get this one in Columbus tomorrow, or there's going to be big questions in Long Island. There already is after letting the Ducks go into Long Island and win 3-1 against you tonight. Yeah, Islanders beat Columbus tomorrow. Put that in the bank.
So I don't know if you heard, but there's a little controversy. I didn't think it was a big deal, but now like everybody's talking about it. They brought back Pierre Engvall. They signed Matt Martin and
Engvall,
basically
Exley,
the media.
Martin, Exley, Engvall, Exley.
So I think they kind of. I was gonna say I think Patrick Waugh just kind of let the media know that it was really Lou Lamoriello. So I don't know what's going on. Are we getting Patrick Waugh 2.0 with what he did? I like the Blue Jackets on this one, but anyway, there's a little drama, Rico, if you didn't catch it, going on here on Long Island between Lou Lamoriello and Patrick Waugh. I think Patrick believes he can do better. But I mean, dude, Lou just turned 82, by the way, on the 21st of October. Happy birthday, Lou. Mike, who do you like here, Islanders, Boston?
I guess
Islanders, Blue Jackets.
Yes, for me, it's going to be a no bet because I have a hard time picking Columbus, even though they're at home. And I love Varlamov, but then you're asking me to put money on the Islanders, who looked great, but it's the Islanders. They need to show me a little bit more before I start throwing money on them. But I guess if you truly needed a pick, I'd take the Isles.
Okay. Rico, your Toronto Maple Leafs hand the Winnipeg Jets their first loss. Do the Red Wings, who are dogs, home dogs. By the way, the over-under on that Jets or the Islanders Blue Jackets was 6.5. So if you guys like the over-under on that, you could say Jets at Red Wings. Red Wings are home dogs. Over-under is 6. I would stay away from this one. I don't know what the Red Wings are.
I probably would too, but I don't mind the Red Wings in this spot. The Jets are going to Columbus 2 nights later. They'll try to squeak one out against Detroit here. I don't mind Detroit here in this spot. They lost 2 in a row. They played well the 2 games before that. I mean, the last one was a squeaker for Edmonton, 3-2 in overtime. So Detroit's trending a little bit. I don't mind taking the Wings here in this spot. You'll get plus money on them. 4-1. Lost to Edmonton in overtime. Then they got the Sabres after this as a rematch. But, I mean, then they got the
Red
Blackhawks.
Wings plus 1.5. Add it and lay.
Yep. So I'm actually...
Yeah. Take the Wings here. Take the Wings. Hockey's a streaky game. Sports is a streaky sport. You lose one, you might lose another. You go on a long winning streak like that. Sometimes it's tough to bounce back. The game later, maybe a couple after that, maybe it is who you are, but sometimes it is who you aren't. So I'll take the Wings at plus money at home. Hockey town, boys. They're not losing.
The Red Wings haven't looked that bad to me, Rico. They're just not
I
great.
I know. They lost in overtime to the Oilers. Not that bad.
Yeah. Yeah, and they were up in that game, and they looked dominant the first half of that game, quite frankly.
Yep. Do it.
Okay. I'm agreeing with Avi on the plus 1.5 there.
Yeah, plus 1.5 is always a good bet too, because then you can just parlay it with something from another sport.
Yeah, add it into the lay. Yep,
add it into the lay.
Yep,
add it into the Hawaiian parlay.
Okay.
To luau.
So Lightning at Avalanche. Caps lost to the Lightning this weekend, and they dominated them. They lost 3-0. It was all Vasilevsky.
Ask him first. Ask him first, because I'm torn on this one.
Okay, Mike, who do you like here? Lightning, Avalanche. Lightning are road dogs plus 102. And the over under 6.5. I like the Lightning at plus
Sneaky.
money. You got to be shitting.
I can't bet. We were talking about this when you were logging back in, and I am torn. But I really like Vazzy for plus money. It's hard for me to say no to this. But I'm rolling back. I see that I might parlay this plus 1.5 with Detroit.
Yeah, I'm all over the Lightning at plus 102 here. This makes no sense. Vasilevsky looked like God mode. Vasilevsky gets Caps. They had 40-some shots on him. They didn't score. They dominated him. The only reason the Caps lost that game is because they couldn't score on Vasilevsky. They should have won that game 5-2, 5-3. I think they ended up getting an empty netter.
I like it. Colorado, I think, is playing against Nashville, divisional opponent after this game. Tampa's first game on the road into Colorado. They go to Minnesota, Winnipeg, St. Louis after this. I think they want to nail this one down in Colorado, enjoy the rest of the road trip. I don't mind Tampa in this spot at all. And like you guys said, plus 1.5 Detroit, plus 1.5 Tampa. Throw some money on that. That's a pretty good parlay right there.
I mean, I don't feel comfortable about the Red Wings as much as I do the Lightning on the road. And the Avs are not deep. And if it's Georgiev in net, I'm definitely taking.
Okay, go plus 2.5 on Detroit. There's bets you can get out there. Plus 2.5. Then you don't have to worry about the empty netter.
But I will tell you, I think for sure, if Avalanche play Justus Annunen, which I think he's probably morphed, because I think Valaket said today, isn't Georgiev have some of the worst numbers in the NHL this year? He's been
Valley's the best. Valley's the best. I love it when I hear Kippen and Bourne bringing Valley on. Dude, I shut everything off and I just listen to him.
He's excellent. I could listen to a 4-hour podcast to him every day. That's how good that guy is. Shout out Stephen Valaket. I'm gonna see if I can't get him on there. I'll reach out to him. Wouldn't that be awesome? Let's get him on. Let's see if he'll do a 10 Eastern thing, or maybe we can do a little earlier show. I'd like to have everybody on with him though, because I think you guys would bring a lot of great questions, and he's that kind of guy. He's excellent, man. And I'll plug his business too, man. Like if you're interested in getting your kids better hockey, this guy, if you live in the Northeast, talk to that guy. Avi says, Avs Bolton game, I'll just watch. I take Makar Cooch prop play. Yeah, I love it. Okay, let's talk about, and then I like the over in that one too, 6.5. I feel like that will be a high scoring game. As good as Vasilevsky's been playing, the Lightning are still letting in goals. He just was unbelievable against Capitals. Flames at Utah. Flames are road dogs. Man, I like the Flames all day on this one. Andrew is on the Flames. Mike, you like the Flames? A lot of plus money plays.
So I just threw together another 6-way round robin, and most of them are plus 1.5, and the Flames are in there again. I think the Flames are way better than I thought they would be. I think they're way better than a lot of us, and I actually don't think they're fakers. I think they're actually a good team.
They have good goalies too. They have good goalies and good D.
And so I think in March they're still going to be a very good, probably fighting for a division winner type team. So I really like the Flames here, and Utah/Arizona has too many injuries, and I will always bet against the Coyotes.
Yeah, you can make a case either way here, man.
Who do you like here, Rico?
I was looking at Utah because they could just play this game, and then they got to think a 3, 4, 5 game road trip after this. I know they're going on the road after this, so I always bet on the team that just finishes off at home, and they want to have a good flight, a good trip. So they want to end their home schedule on a good note. But the way you guys are talking about their injuries in Utah and just going up and down that lineup. And the way Calgary's been playing, they're playing hard, and you're probably going to get plus money on them. And why wouldn't you just take Calgary in that spot? So I don't mind the Flames there. The thing is, Calgary just got shut out at the Golden Knights, so they're probably going to come out with a big spirited effort here. Because that's another angle to this story too, is Calgary's going to fly home. They play against New Jersey and Edmonton, so this is their kind of last game on the road trip too. So it might be a flight back home where they want to basically enjoy that flight and just play hard and know they're going home after this one. So yeah, this might be an under. As much as it sounds like an over, it might be a game that these players have just things preoccupied. One's going on the road and the other one's going back home. So this might be a game where there's not much going on. I'd play the draw here, actually. If you're gonna just not take either side, take the draw. You'll probably get good money on it. Probably be a low event game. I know we don't pick draws on this show, we pick winners. But Pervos take draws, but I'll take a draw here. Take a tie.
Not the ice guys. The ice guys are all about the draw.
Rico, I took a hitting prop, okay? Yeah. And it hit, by the way. He had 7 hits.
Nice.
Over under 3.5.
Beauty.
I have a problem.
Yeah, man.
Let's go. This game?
Calgary, Utah draw.
Flames, I like plus 1.5 here.
Then that's another good bet.
Knights, again, I'm taking the Knights plus 1.5, even though they're on the,
Oh, hey, let's welcome Rodolfo.
Hey,
Rodolfo Clarín. Greetings from Chile. A Leafs fan. He's a Leafs fan, Rico. Hey, Rocco. Rodolfo, awesome, man. Thank you for joining us.
Rodolfo, fist bumps, Rodolfo.
So we didn't do the introductions, but I live in Alaska. Rico's in Barrie, Ontario, and Mike's in Boston, Massachusetts. So we kind of got everybody, all 4 corners of the world represented. We got 6 inches of snow here today. I heard Portillo, Chile, great place to go skiing. I always wanted to go there. So fist bump. Yes, right on, Rodolfo. Hope you join us. We're on every day, Tuesday through Friday, 10 p.m. Eastern during football, American football season.
Leafs Nation, Rodolfo.
Yeah, my man Rico's a big Leafs fan, so now, Avi, I'm a Dodgers fan. I'm not reading that out loud to the chat. I don't understand what I'm going to ban you, Avi. No, I'm just kidding.
I can't disagree with you.
This is the game I will be watching while we're doing the show. It's the only TNT game. They have a late 10 p.m., so I don't know what's going on there with TNT. Golden Knights Kings. That's a great game. If the Kings win this game tonight, which is 0-0 in the first, is about over here with San Jose, they're looking at 6-2-2, I think. So, I don't know. But I tell you what, though. Boy, doesn't the Vegas Golden Knights look good. This is a game I wouldn't touch. Who do you like here, Rico? Or you go, Mike, whoever's ready.
Yeah, no, I like it. Vegas is so hard to beat at home, man. And with LA playing tonight, there's no damn way did LA win. I'll even go puck line Vegas -1.5. Yeah. No, not going to happen. I don't know how to explain this any other way, but I mean, LA is still undefeated, and they played, and they're not even done this. They're not even into the second period right now in San Jose, and they're going into Vegas tomorrow night.
Yeah, you got to take Vegas. Is that what you're saying?
A bad scheduling spot, and this is probably why Vegas is so dominant against LA at home, because they probably have them matched up in this spot every damn year. So there's
Rodolfo, I'll get to your statement, but I want to hear what Mike has to say about Kings Golden Knights. Are you on the same path as Rico? This is a game I would stay away from.
I'm on this. I'm playing it safe. I'm taking the +1.5 on Vegas, but I really do like the money line. I'm nervous about the Kings tonight because I think they're looking ahead to this. At the same time, you still got to get on a plane. You're still gonna, have that travel lag. I like Vegas. I do.
Okay. I'm with you on Vegas. They've just looked dominant. Okay. So, PK's changed costumes again. He's got 3 costumes today.
Is it Halloween or does he always do that, Beard? Does he always do that or just during Halloween week?
No, he doesn't change wardrobes. But it's because of Halloween. I think he's doing it because they're not going to have a broadcast on Halloween, I'm assuming, or he's not working anyway. He lives in New York, so he's probably good. Anyway. Devils Canucks. I love this game. This is another game I'm super excited about watching. We talked about this game a little bit, didn't we, Mike? You were kind of on Vancouver.
I'm on Vancouver. That's the only game I'm taking straight up.
Okay. Yeah.
I like Lehkonen in this. I think the Canucks have the better goalie going into this, and most of my bets are based on.
Said today on Kipper and Bourne show, Markstrom struggled his first year in Calgary, and he's not doing great. But once he gets comfortable, so maybe look for him to bounce back next year. The good thing is they have a decent backup in Jake Allen, but. Rico, so Mike's taking the Canucks straight up. The over under 6.5. What are you thinking here? Same?
Yeah, I like the Canucks too. They're going on a Western road trip, 3 games, San Jose, I think LA, Anaheim, sort of Western trip after this. So I don't know. I always bet on a team that just is taken off after a few games at home and hitting a plane and want to hit it on a good note. So I think Vancouver's been home and cooking for a little bit. It's their last one before they leave their fans, before they hit the road. Boys want to hit it a good spot. So, yeah, Vancouver all over here after that tough game against Carolina. Tight game. Take Vancouver
Civil
here.
War too.
Yeah, man. No, I like Vancouver here.
Yeah, Quinn versus Luke and Jack.
Absolutely, yeah. Show who's boss. If this game happens in New Jersey and take that Hughes Bowl, and you might want to take New Jersey next time, but no, Big Brother is going to take this one.
So our friend Rodolfo from Chile, thank you, Rodolfo. Tough match for the Leafs 2 days, Kraken. I hope the coach took notes because they slaughtered the Canadians 8-2. Yeah. Rico, do you got any thoughts on I think the Leafs will probably take care of business against the Kraken. No offense.
Well, the Kraken's going to have that Montreal flu that St. Louis had. So it happens when you go through that place. You just got to get the hell out of Montreal as soon as you can. And if they can, you don't have rookie parties there.
What? Poutine, cigarettes, and strip clubs? Is this what we're talking about?
Hey, bud. You get caught in Montreal for an extra night, you never know.
Oh,
you never know.
I've always wanted to go to Montreal. I've heard it's an awesome city.
It's an amazing city. I went down there for a bachelor party, and he had his belt tied around his hands around a monkey bar, and the rest is history.
We all can't be adults. Not everybody can be adults.
Hey, man, this is 20 years ago. So, hey, those memories last forever.
So just because Avi's been a part of the show all night, and I appreciate you, Avi.
Avi's the best, man.
Yeah, maybe we got it. Mike's got to get. He kind of knows what you look like, Avi. I found one of your old Instagrams, but anyway, so Mike.
Yeah.
So Mike, if he saw you, he might know who you were. So anyway, because you use David Pasternak from that outdoor game in Reno or whatever. I got to listen to the Barbie Girl song, but instead I got to talk to you idiots.
Oh, that was Lake Tahoe, right?
Yeah, the Lake Tahoe game. Yeah, against the
game that never happened.
They came out to Barbie Girl.
Yeah, they won that game too. That was a cool game.
I remember that. The mountains were melting. The ice was shit.
Avi, if you follow my personal account, that's cool. I don't follow any of the fans of the show or whatever on my Sports Spirit account. I just try to keep that one. And this is Instagram. Obviously, I only have the Sports Spirit account on Twitch, or X and Twitch, whatever. So anyway,
we're gonna have a live election show on November 5th, by the way.
Oh, we
bet on it?
No, I'm just kidding.
You can bet on it, I think.
I mean, I've placed a couple bets on it.
What day is November 5th? A Tuesday? We will have a show. We'll have a show. We'll be on. I'm talking hockey, man.
We'll be on. I'm going to try to get Elon Musk on.
Well, here's what I'll say. We're probably not going to know the results at 10 p.m. Eastern the day of the election. Just going to say. That's probably going to be a little complicated this year, I happen to think. So we'll see.
Kind of like our first girlfriends, eh? Boston weekend.
Breaking news. Breaking NHL news. Utah has acquired Olli Maatta from Detroit for a third round in 2025.
We breaking this on the show?
Yes, Elliot Friedman just reported. Per Elliot Friedman of Sportsnet. The Utah Hockey Club, who probably didn't like that they gave up 3 goals in 5 minutes, Avi, to the winless San Jose. Do you know that this was the San Jose Sharks' first win in like 2 years in October? They didn't win all last year, and they didn't win the year before. That's how bad they've been.
Back-to-back seasons, they start out 0-9. I thought I saw that stat. The Sharks went back-to-back years with 9 losses in a row.
I'm going to just pop this up here. Breaking news, again, per Elliot Friedman. The the Detroit Red Wings. Here, I'll pop it up on here so you know I'm not making this crap up. There we go. Let's see.
I mean, they didn't choke away that lead. They are the Sharks. All right, they find ways to lose. They drowned in their own.
No, the Sharks won. The Sharks came back and won.
No, he's saying that first game of the season.
Oh, yeah. I wish they would have won that game, dude. That would have been so cool. There you go. Elliot Friedman. Olli Maatta. Just because that's how bad a shape the Utah's back end is right now. So anyway, breaking news. While we were live, Elliot Friedman broke. Utah has acquired Olli Maatta from Detroit for a third-round pick in 2025. Kind of a high pick couldn't you have got Liljegren for that? I would have much rather had Liljegren than Olli Maatta. What about you?
I think Pittsburgh would have took either of them, or the Rangers want Olli Maatta, or Rasmus Sanderson is apparently rumored to be loved by the Oilers.
Yeah, Rasmus Anderson is going to be a huge guy at the trade deadline. They're going to be able to get a first-round pick for him.
Big time. And probably another Rasmus Anderson 6 or 7 years younger than him.
Yeah, I think they just got to wait for this Maverick Lamoureux kid to come around, Avi, and once he solidifies himself as a top 4 guy, I feel like they're okay. But the fact that Durzee's out, I mean, you might as well he's gone for the year. Marino's gone for the year. Both those guys out, that's going to be too tough for Utah. I feel bad for people who had them future props for them making the playoffs because they're not making the playoffs now. They're probably not better off than the Arizona Coyotes were last year defensively. They're probably worse off because they traded JJ Mosier. That's tough, man. So, yeah, anyway, that's cool. We broke some freaking news.
Oh.
What's up?
Nothing. I'm just basically watching the World Series while listening and watching the hockey.
Okay, do we have an update in the World Series?
Yeah, the LA Dodgers are going to live to fight another day.
Yeah, it looks like 10-4. Looks like 10-4, good buddy. Yeah, I mean, I didn't think they would sweep. The fact that you go up 3-0, pretty good chance. Yeah.
Or when you're partridge hunting in Northern Ontario, it's called 410. That's the
410,
gun. That's the gun we use.
Well, 10-4 is a
partridge
sign off for truckers in the U.S. 10-4, good buddy.
I know.
So
10-4, little buddy.
So in the military, we say we read you Lima Charlie, which is we read you loud and clear. but Lima and Charlie being of the phonetic alphabet. So we go in the military, we say we read you Lima Charlie. The truckers go, I got you 10-4, good buddy. 10-4.
Yeah. If somebody put you on the spot and held a gun to your head, can you do the Alpha, Beta, Charlie, Delta? Can you do the whole thing?
Yeah. Well, they've changed some of them because they got PC or whatever, but I'll do the one that's like.
Oh, dude, they changed the Canada freaking thing. Our home and our sons command. Yeah, they changed words in our national anthem. They changed the words in anything.
They've changed whiskey to something else because they didn't want it. So it's Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta, Echo, Foxtrot, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, Golf, Hotel, India, for I. J is
Juliet.
K is Kilo.
Lima.
L is Lima. M is Mike. N is November. O is Oscar. P is Papa. I don't know why. And they might have changed that one. Papa. Q is Quebec. PQ. R is Romeo. S
Sierra.
is Sierra. T is Tango.
Tango.
T U. U is uniform. V is victory. W is whiskey.
V is Victor. V is Victor. V is Victor, not victory.
What did I say? What did I say?
You said victory. It's Victor.
Oh,
I think
Victor,
anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Victor, sorry.
What's
V
Y?
Victor, yeah. Y is Yankee.
Yankee. I should have known that.
Yeah.
D should be Dodger by what we're seeing here.
Wow, BC at St. Cloud will be great series in college puck in Cornell, North Dakota as well. Yeah, we'll talk about all the games on Friday. That's going to be the end of the show tonight. Anybody got any parting words?
No, man, I got parting words. I'm going to follow Mike's picks there on U.S. college hockey because I can bet on those where I am. So I'm going to tune into your show on Tuesdays, and I'm going to start throwing down the bets on those things because Friday at 2.
Yep, Friday at 2.
Friday at 2, yeah. Yeah, I'm going to start writing down these bets because I don't follow college hockey. I don't have the access that you guys do down there. So I'll
say if you got ESPN Plus, you'll get half of the games.
Yeah. Rico, I think your little box thingy, you can get a lot of these games because they show them on ESPN Plus.
Yeah, I totally can, but I've only got so much space in his head. I'd rather listen to you guys and watch you guys do all the work for me. So I like it.
I feel guilty because I know there'll be the problem for me is a lot of the college hockey games come on at like 2. So I always forget. They start at 6 Eastern usually. So it's like I have to be, and then some like, especially on the weekends, man, like I actually want to do shit. So it's like, you know, like I want to get out and do stuff. So,
listen, we're talking to Mike that did bets on college hockey. We're not just giving stuff out of our ass or anything. This guy just does this and he puts his own dollars on it. So anybody that listens to it, like this guy puts in the research, so just tune into our shows, grab his
games.
Exactly. So try it out. Put a few bucks down, see how it goes, and if it's going well, just stick with it. This guy's
12-6 this year, games. And if you follow the Savage parlays, he's 500 on the year,
buddy.
And you're on a 3-leg parlay minimum. He's 500.
Yeah.
Hey man,
no, it's awesome. Mike's an excellent gambler. I thought he was great. You know, I was so fortunate to sit next to him at the Frozen Four. Now he hopefully does this show with us for as long as we do it.
Absolutely.
And Mike, you're going to be. Once you're free, you're going to be joining us more often for the NHL Nightly, right? Once the new job. So after November.
Wicked. Yeah.
So we'll have Mike on pretty regularly, which will be nice. I'll be honest with you, man. It's so good to have, like Pearlo and Rico are so good. They know each other pretty well. And so they're good to have, but it'll be good to have like 3 decent opinions than my terrible one. So, I mean, as far as gambling, like, you know,
how much money do you have on minor league hockey there? Like, what's the budget? Too soon?
Me?
What?
To do a show on minor leagues too?
No. I was bringing up the Pearlo.
Yeah. So, well, hey, I appreciate everybody coming out, man. Thank you for checking out. I got 800 views on the TikTok video. So you guys' bets are getting a lot of views. Get a lot of views on TikTok and a lot of views on Instagram of the little shorts with your bets. So that's good. We're probably getting more views on those than we're getting on our shows, but I love
you know what?
So.
You know what? I go on and I make my football picks and stuff every week, and I YouTube picks and I type in NFL picks against the spread stuff every week, and guys are giving their spreads, and I don't know if they really watch the games or not. I don't know, because they're just giving you their picks and they're being convinced about it. But I don't watch their shows, and they don't go on live shows for whatever hours we do, and they actually talk about the games that they see, and they talk about actually watching the games. Like, we talk about watching games, plus we give our picks, and like Mike watches the games, like you said, and he gives us picks. So that's even a little bit more convincing than some YouTuber going on there and saying, okay, this team's going to win, this team's going to win, this team's going to win, and not even knowing if he even watches the games or even loves the sport.
Yeah, we watch them. We watch them. Like,
and that's what makes us different, man.
Yesterday, Sunday, because or Monday. Yesterday was Monday. I watched every game. The way it was timed, I was able to watch a lot of the games. I paid very close attention to the Blue Jackets Oilers game. They got outplayed. The Blue Jackets dominated them. I know McDavid went down, but Panthers Sabres I watched. Maple Leafs Jets I kept a close eye on. I watched it. So that was just for the U.S. viewers. That was our first opportunity to see Hockey Night in Canada on Prime for Monday nights, because it was two Canadian teams and we got that feed. So we were able to watch it. They didn't block us out. So that's really cool. Apologies if you guys heard the text there. It's political season, so we just get text from everything. So yeah, I was able to keep a close eye. I watched Predators Lightning. I had that on the big screen. Blackhawks Avalanche. That one I got a lot of on that. And then I was watching the Sharks come back and beat the Utah Hockey Club in overtime. And the only game that was uninteresting was the Flames got pretty much manhandled by the Golden Knights. But I kept looking in on that game too. I had five screens going. So. We're watching the games. I just try to get my brain watching the games so I see who's doing what on the ice. So again, I was impressed with the Capitals today, man. They looked really good. They looked good against good teams. They haven't looked this good in a very long time. Some of that youth from the back-to-back AHL Calder Cup champions is making a big difference. So,
yeah. And if anybody in the chat ever has some good bets and some good parlays or whatever feedback, obviously we love the chat too, right? So if anybody's watching the same games we are, let's just watch them together. That's what we do here. It's 10 o'clock. So if the games are on, we're rolling and we're all making money.
Yeah. This whole time I've had Kings and Sharks on. They're underway again here in the second. Just started 9 seconds in, and it's 0-0. Kings got a nice little shot on goal, though. I'm a little nervous about the Kings. So CBJ Flyers, New York Islanders, Pens, bottom four. Yeah, man. I'm telling you, I do not think the Blue Jackets will be the worst team in the Metro, by the way. I'm with Frank Servo.
I didn't think the Islanders are making the playoffs this year. I know Patrick Waugh and everything like that, but go back to the first show, our preseason, who's making the playoffs. And you said a beer too that more teams in the Atlantic were going to make the playoffs. And one of the ones in the Metro – yeah, the Islanders, I didn't have them making it, man.
Every year we have 4 new playoff teams. Every year. It's since the salary cap era. So, yeah, Matt Rempe got his face pumped in by Dylan McElrath tonight. That was a nice little video to start off the game in the first period. Yeah, right now, if you started the playoffs today, here the Blue Jackets are on the outside looking in, but they're right there behind the Senators. The Red Wings, Canadians, Bruins, Sabres, Islanders, Penguins, and Flyers are all out. I do think the Flyers will be the worst. This is good for the Flyers. They're doing a rebuild, and they're doing a rebuild proper. Don't get, we got, I was going to say, we got some views on X now. We're back on X, I guess, which is cool. or I thought we maybe lost the feed when I had to restart. But we got somebody live on Twitch, so appreciate you, Twitch, watching a hockey show with a bunch of degenerate gamblers talking about the game. I love to talk about the game. Rico loves to talk about the game. Mike loves to talk the game. Mike watches over 40 college hockey games a year in person. That's why we got him. I'm so glad he's with us. Rico will keep you up to date on the best goal scoring props in the world. And Pearlo, who's not here with us, Pearlo is in the midst of his move. I think we're going to have Pearlo spotty for the next month, and that's just fine, Steve. You focus on what you got to focus on, my friend. But yeah, and then in the Pacific, like Blues, Avalanche, Utah, Oilers, Ducks, Predators, Blackhawks, Sharks are all out of the playoffs right now. I know it's early to be talking about playoffs, but there's some teams that people didn't expect to be up in the thing, and there's some good teams that people don't expect to win. And sometimes that cup hangover, I know people don't want to admit it, but I'm worried about Edmonton. They're showing Macklin, so hopefully he comes back here soon. I guess he had some injuries going into the season, but they went ahead and played him in the first game just because the fans. So they're just probably being overly safe with him. I don't know. It sucks because we want to watch him, right? So anyway, this show was way longer than I thought it would be. We always try to keep it around an hour. We're about 20 minutes in. We'll have World Series game on tomorrow too, right? Because they play them back to back to back. So there's 3 in New York, I believe. So the next 2 will be like the next 2 days if the Yankees don't finish or if the Dodgers don't finish it off tomorrow. So we'll have World Series games going on at the same time. Appreciate everybody. We will catch you tomorrow.
We'll see you when I see ya.
Guys, back up here.